get any better than this.
What a blow!
Big game with big stakes tonight for PBA Wednesday here on Solar TV. You have Ginebra on one side, you have the BMX Derby Ace Limados on the other side. These two teams fighting for possibilities, protecting their places in the team standings. Ginebra looking for the quarterfinals and BMX Derby Ace fighting for the possible semifinal spot. Magandang gabi po sa kanilang lahat. Mark, the Spark Kagiwa and the rest of the Gin Kings at 9-8. Iniiwasan po nilang madulas at malaglag sa wildcard round. Samantalang si James Carlos Yap and the rest of the BMX Derby Ace Limados still eyeing a possible automatic spot in the semis. Welcome to the Championship Capital of Philippine Basketball, the Araneta Coliseum. Ako po si Miko Alili kasama ang ating kandidato para sa 2000.
Naniniwala na ako sa'yo.
My
battle cry is, Halili, hindi pagsarili.
Yun. Sabay na tayong tatakbo sa susunod na eleksyon. Okay, these two teams, Kinito, they're fighting for very important stakes in this ballgame.
Oh, I think so. And every time both these teams play, you know there's going to be a lot of fireworks. Both these teams are two of the most popular teams sa liga natin. And in the team standings, you see what we mean when we say that a lot of big things are at stake in this game. And here are our team standings. Precisely sa BMX, makikita po natin 11-5 ang kanilang record. And they're looking for an outright semifinals berth. While Barangay Ginebra, they're 9-8. And you also see the remaining games of both those two teams. So for Barangay Ginebra, a win here will mean an outright quarterfinals berth. But for BMX, what they're looking for here is a chance to make it to the semifinals outright. As you take a look at what is at stake. With BMX, they can go as much as 13-5. That means if they beat Ginebra tonight and then they beat Barako in its last game, they will improve to 13-5. And that's more than what San Miguel and Alaska have right now. But then there's a big game between San Miguel and Alaska. We can go on and on with these permutations and the possibilities. But if in case there is a three-way tie for second place, in other words, three teams will tie at 12-6, and that could be San Miguel, Alaska, and BMX. Guess what? BMX is not going to be in the running for the semifinals. They have the most inferior quotient of them all. So it's going to be a playoff between San Miguel and Alaska. But the big game is San Miguel and Alaska, and that's still forthcoming.
This is a big game also nonetheless. Yung mga kung matalo itong mga kupunan na ito in the remaining assignments, it will really complicate their lives. Now, here's the Dean's List to simplify your understanding of this game. Let's start with the Dean's List para sa Ginebra.
I hope it simplifies it. I hope it doesn't complicate matters. But, well, for Barangay Ginebra, save the best for last. And what do I mean by this? Ginebra has lost 4 of its last 5 games. And Miko, 3 of those losses were by 1 point. Meaning to say, they're not executing down the stretch. They're losing in the end game. They've got to save their best for last. They need to control the interior. This is a team that likes to rebound. They're number 1 in rebounds. But BMX also happens to be the number 1 in the least rebounds allowed. And that's why I think this game is so dramatic, because you've got the strength of one team and the weakness of another. Secondly, Denham must fuel the attack. I mean, last game, he only had 11 points. That was the game that he never lost to Air 21. He was in foul trouble. But this is a player who once scored 111 points in a high school game. Never mind if it was high school. The fact that you score 111 points in one game means that you have some kind of an arsenal. So he's got to show his stuff. It can't just be an 11-point performance. Slow down or speed up. For me, I feel there's a problem here of character for Barangay Ginebra. You've got a Willie Miller and Mike Cortez who like to play the typical deliberate style that they got used to with Alaska. Then you have a Mark Agiwa and Ronald Tubit who are speed players. So what is it going to be? Are they going to slow it down or are they going to speed it up? And that answer must be, that decision must be made by Coach Joseph Pacheco.
Here's the Dean's List para sa Llamados.
Well, for BMX, Brown is beautiful, and we're talking about their import, Cliff Brown. Cliff's luxury is that he doesn't have to guard the opposing import, because BMX has a Mark Pingris who was a certified import stopper. That means Cliff can concentrate on his offense and we expect big numbers from Cliff Brown. Pressure for the turnovers. You know that BMEG is #1 in turnover points, #1 in opponents' turnovers. That's what they should do. This is a defense-minded team. They're #1 in defense in the league. They've got to be able to play that tough defense against Ginebra. Finally, their size. That's a major advantage of BMEG. And if they can put their length to advantage, that means they'll be able to deflect passes. They'll be able to command respect underneath the basket. They'll be able to distract Ginebra from taking good shot opportunities.
So there's Pingris chatting with the BMEG assistant coach, Ronnie Magsanok. Ito nakita na natin ang mga starters led by former MVP James Yap. Yan naman si Denham Brown wearing jersey number 5, ang pangatlong import ni Coach Jomo Wichico dito sa Fiesta Conference. Yan naman po si Ryan Gregorio, the Emperor of Eloquence ng BMEG Derby Ace Llamados. In other words, he's very talkative.
But what a contrast. You see Joseph Wichico looking very, very somber, and you see a very confident look from the part of Ryan Gregorio. Of course, BMEG has won its last 4 games, so there is reason to be confident. As you take a look at our starters here, JJ Hildebrand, who has not had a good conference. He was scoreless last time out for Ginebra, and he's starting out here at point guard.
And this game is underway. BMEG Derby Ace in immaculate white, ang Ginebra naman in fighting red. And Artadi fires. That's a three-pointer to start the game.
You know, a matchup that we are going to keep a close watch on in this game is Tubit versus James Yap.
Of course, former teammates for the University of the East. The Tubit is a defensive stopper now para sa Ginebra as Denham Brown misses the pull-up. Rebound for Pingris.
And Pingris was right there in front of Denham Brown. He's going to distract him. He's going to make Denham Brown think twice before going up for that shot.
Almost a minute having gone by in the opening quarter. Cliff Brown, handoff. Aliado fires. Rebound para kay Pingris.
Everything starts from that pick-and-roll play and making the extra pass, but Pingris clearing the boards with the offensive rebound. Again, that matchup, Tubit versus James Yap.
And there's Pingris, so active on both ends of the floor.
And he'll go to the line. He's such an aggressive rebounder. And what you like about him is his physicality. He's not afraid of making contact or receiving contact. And I think BMEG very aware of Ginebra's reputation as the league's #1 rebounding team.
Pingris, one of the league's best help side defenders. He can really catch you on the blind side with those shot blocks, and he makes the first free throw. Itong BMEG, sila po ang pumatid sa winning streak ng Talk and Text Tropang Texters over in Tacloban. By the way, Talk and Text winning over Barako Energy Coffee Masters in the first game. 112-101. Well, they led by a lot of points in that game. And back to this game, Artadi slides at may loose ball foul. Ayon sa ating Chief Justice tonight, Boy Cruz, and he's working alongside Noel Kilingen and Peter Balao.
Very typical for Barangay Ginebra to be taking that shot with very little time off the clock. And that's what they want to do. They want to run pace. And they feel that BMEG has a deliberate style. They want to be able to counter that but play a fast pace. And that's why they have Hildebrand and Tubit played at the same time.
Nice pass mula kay Artadi. And Cliff Brown finishes the play, and it's a 7-0 start for the BMEG Derby Ace Llamados as we enter this timeout.
Good evening, PBA fans. I'm Dominico here for Solar TV. Welcome to the PBA. Let's talk about the Barangay Ginebra Gin Kings and what they want to do in today's ballgame versus the BMEG Derby Ace Llamados. First and foremost, they want to make sure that they locate the shooters. You're talking about James Yap KG Canaleta, and of course Peter June Simon. Also, they want to keep the utility men off the boards. That's Fingers, Brown, and Rico Meyerhofer. They want to try and confuse the BMEG Derby Asimados by changing up on D. Also, Eric Menk will not be playing in this ball game. On the other hand, for the BMEG Derby Asimados, the reason why they've won 4 straight is because they've cut down on turnovers. They're only averaging 13.5 turnovers now per game, and they've upped their assists 14 to 19.5, and they want to be able to shoot better free throws because they're only shooting 56%.
Of course, the primary strength of BMEG will always be their tough defense. Yan ang kanilang primary asset, not just in the Fiesta Conference, but even in the Philippine Cup, where they won the championship. In the meantime, Denham Brown is on the line. Pingris tagged with his first personal foul. As we check out our Yakult slam dunk. Nice lob pass by Artadi, and a nice finish for Cliff Brown.
And Denham Brown, on the other hand, getting 2 free throws. He's got a nice stroke, but you see what he did there was he passed on the outside shot and went aggressive and going strong to the hole and getting himself the 2 points.
And back-to-back baskets para kay Cliff Brown. So he has 4 points tonight. And it's back to a 7-point lead para sa Derby Ace. Here's Hatfield. Hatfield drop pass. Yancey goes up and misses. And BMEG Derby Ace will not force the issue.
Now, they're not in a hurry. They use gang rebounding to get that rebound.
And now Artadi, 1 out of 2 from the Rainbow Country. BMEG Derby Ace, they do not like high-scoring games. It's not really part of their game plan, as Yancy De Ocampo hits from the outside his first 2 points. 3 minutes having elapsed here in the opening quarter. At 5 points ang abante dito ng Llamados. Cliff Brown seems to be comfortable with this matchup with Rudy Hatfield. And Artadi now missing 2 straight triples. And there's Pingris. He missed the putback. Rebound for Denham Brown.
Second chance opportunity for BMEG. And that's what Pingris gives you.
Hatfield. There's Artadi, handoff. James Yap against Tubit. Very good matchup at the 2-guard spot. Here's Artadi on the right side. Artadi on the move. Bounce pass. Aliado reverse is good.
You know what made that play happen was Cliff Brown posting up, attracting the defense. And you see sliding in there was Paul Artadi using that Cliff Brown screen. And then the roll to the basket, backdoor by Don Aliado.
Now where is Denham Brown going with this? Finds Hatfield under the basket. Lamang pa rin ang BMEG Derby Ace, 11-6 in the opening quarter. BMEG looking for win number 12. And Ginebra looking for win number 10. And here's Aliado. Denham Brown. Eyeball to eyeball with Pingris. Brown pulls up. Clearly bothered by the defense of Pingris. Here comes James Yap. James Yap. Crossover all the way for 2.
And see the adjustment in James Yap's offense. Had a difficult time getting off that outside shot. And decided to put the ball on the floor and moving away from his defender and passing through 2 defenders to make that shot.
That was just incredible ball control and body control.
At ang dinaanan dyan, first Tubid and then Hatfield, and finally the last line of defense was Yancy De Ocampo, who now sits down. Now for me, if you're a Yancy De Ocampo, your role is to be a shot blocker. You're an intimidator underneath. And if you're not able to bother James Yap with your intimidating presence and your length, then you're going to sit down. And Coach Joseph Ichigo is going to try Rico Villanueva to play that interior defense for Ginebra.
Boy, James Yap has really struggled from the free throw line in this conference as he fails to convert the bonus free throw. Pero lamang ng 7 ang BMX Derby ace, Denham Brown. His pass deflected by Pingris. And here's Artadi. Artadi steps on the brakes. James Yap wants the ball. He has it. He goes right. He fires. He scores.
You know, he's going to be feeling more comfortable going up against Mark Agiwa's defense than Ronald Tubit. And you saw it right there. He didn't have to put the ball on the floor. He leisurely took that jump shot. And you're going to see a lot of that from James Yap in that matchup.
A blocking foul. They'll say it's a blocking foul against Artadi. That's his first personal. As you mentioned, Mark Agiwa now part of this ball game along with birthday boy Enrico Villanueva. And there's Ryan Gregorio talking with referee Noel Kilingen. Denham Brown with 2 points so far. Here's Elter Brand on the right side. Very anxious moments para sa Ginebra, and that's a fall away para kay JJ Helterbrand.
That's a confidence booster for him. He only played 1 minute last game. You see the difference here between the styles of play of both Browns. You have Denham Brown moving from the outside, not posting up, and you have Cliff Brown, who's very comfortable posting up if he has to.
Romel Aduco, the general. And he gets the ball back, and he goes up, and he misses. And Cliff Brown almost got the rebound, and he was fouled. Boy, a lot of muscle in that BMX front line.
So a lot of physical playing. I think that's also the reason why Coach Joseph Ichigo made the early substitution in moving in Rico Villanueva, who's a lot more physical in playing defense and rebounding than Yancy Del Campo.
Speaking of physical defense, Roger Yap now joins the game para sa BMX Derby ace. Drop pass James Yap, and Adugo will miss. So Ginebra trailing by 7 points here in the first quarter. Hatfield again getting the pass from Denham Brown, and they've been playing beautiful music together. Second time they've connected, and that will cut down BMX lead to 5 points. 15-10. We'll be back after this timeout. To watch your favorite PBA players live, join our Solar TV PBA Text for Tickets promo. Just text Solar space PBA space the mystery keyword and send to 2600 for a chance to win tickets to the games. One of our fans, Christine Martinez of Baguio, she wants to know, Kinito, gaano magiging komplikado ang kampanya ng Ginebra if they lose this game?
Well, if they lose this game, first of all, they are already in the quarterfinals in terms of having the outright, a playoff for the outright. And win or lose, they have that chance for the outright quarterfinals berth. Now, if they lose here, the worst case scenario is that they could bring down themselves into a playoff and they lose the chance to play the quarterfinals, and they might slide down to the wildcards. And you don't want to do that.
When you end up in the wild card round, those are knockout games. Kaya't mamimili grupo ang mga kuponan na nasa wild card. An air ball from Denham Brown, and it's a 5-point game for the Llamados. Here's Roger Yap, handoff James Yap. He fakes, he fires. Yes, sir! That's a 3. Seven straight points for the man with a million moves. And he pushes Derby Ace ahead 18-10.
Now here's the dilemma of Coach Joseph Ichigo. I think Tubit did a good job of defending James Yap earlier, but he wants to go with a fast and a furious combination. And I think it's important for Ginebra to try to set the pace in this game, and Tubit sitting down.
I don't know if you've ever seen the segment on Basketball TV, Ronald Tubit as Hatfield connects. Ronald Tubit teaching the rudiments of how to take an offensive foul.
I've seen that.
I don't know if there's anyone more perfect for that segment than Ronald Tubit.
He could have also been giving lessons about flapping. Rudy Hatfield has been getting a lot of feeds inside. And the reason being that the man on top of him is Cliff Brown. And Cliff Brown is relaxing on defense because, you know, he feels, am I guarding a local? There's really no pressure for an import if he's guarding a local. And I think Hatfield is taking advantage of that. He's moving inside and getting clear shots. And here's Hatfield again.
Rudy Hatfield on the move. Hatfield all the way. Well, matagal-tagal ding nawala itong si Rudy Hatfield, so you can understand why he's really eager to get back in the groove, get back to his winning ways para sa Ginebra.
I don't think Cliff Brown respects Rudy Hatfield, but I think after this game, Rudy Hatfield will be gaining his respect.
Magbabago ng paningin niya kay Hatfield. Meantime, here's Pingris. Now it's Helterbrand guarding James Yap. There's the double team. James Yap fires, and almost, but not quite. And there's Romel Adugol with the rebound and the putback, and the first 2 points for the pride of Tuguegarao.
Well, the alignment on defense of Barangay Ginebra is a little too loose, allowing that second chance opportunity here for BMEG. And the reason being that they doubled on the outside, they left the man free.
In and out para kay Helterbrand. This is just a 5-point game with over 3 minutes to go in the first. James Yap on the move behind the back. And back to Roger Yap. Roger Yap against Kagiwa. Roger Yap nowhere to go. Goes inside to Adugol with back-to-back baskets.
Going for the high percentage shots.
So back to a 7-point advantage para sa BMEG Derby Ace. Hindi pa po nakakalamang sa laro na ito ang Ginebra. 3:20 remaining in the first. Kagiwa to Hatfield. Nice pass. And Enrico Villanueva is fouled by Adugol.
And you notice a lot of these plays now are being concentrated underneath the basket. There's so much concentration on defending the perimeter because, you know, Mark Kagiwa is there. JJ Helterbrand is take a look at his pass all the way inside, making the extra pass and finding the man inside. And again, as I was saying, the defense is concentrated on the outside. You've got a James Yap, who's a terror from the perimeter. You've got a JJ Helterbrand and Mark Kagiwa. So a lot of the inside players are getting free and going one-on-one, and they're able to get good attempts at the basket.
Villanueva, who's celebrating his birthday tonight, misses the bonus free throw. Kaya't 5 pa rin ang abante rito ng Derby Ace 22-17. Here's James Yap. Bounce pass, Cliff Brown. Cliff Brown now with 6 points. Here's Kagiwa. Mike Cortez is now in the game para sa Ginebra. And here's Hatfield going in. Meyerhofer with a rebound. Roger Yap, sidestep. Ball will stay with the Llamados. Here's the cool cat, Mike Cortez. Rafi Rivas is now part of this ball game. As Adugol will sit down, and he gave quality minutes para sa BMEG.
And what about the length of BMEG now on the floor? You see a snapshot here coming from James Yap.
9 points in the opening quarter for the former PBA MVP. Now here's Kagiwa. On the move, and the whistle is blown, and Kagiwa.
Well, very quickly attacking Yap's defense. Getting the foul from James. Again, going back to your question about Ginebra, if they lose in this game, they will go down to 9-9. And there's a possibility that either Rain or Shine or Coca-Cola might equal that record. And once that happens, let's take a look at this move by James Yap. Several shots coming from Yap, putting the ball on the floor, then the assist. And he's doing it all right now.
He's the man with the million moves. He can pass, he can shoot.
Right.
He's working on his defense, no doubt. You play for BMEG Derby Ace, you have to play defense.
So anyway, back to that point about Ginebra, if they fall down to 9-9, they still have a playoff for the outright quarterfinals berth. But if another team, either Rain or Shine or Coca-Cola, is able to match that record, and they could, theoretically they could, then it will be involved in a playoff. And if they lose, Ginebra will end up in the wild cards. So you don't want that. For if you're a Ginebra fan and if you're a Ginebra player, you want to make sure that you're in the quarterfinals berth without having to go through the wildcard playoffs. Kaya kailangan manalo sila rito just to make sure na talagang pasok na pasok sila sa quarterfinals.
Here's Kagiwa. Ginebra down by 7 points. Mark Kagiwa going all the way. No success. And Meyerhofer has the ball in the open court. Meyerhofer earns a blocking foul against Mike Cortez.
What about the transition defense of BMEG? 4 players, 4 white shirts coming straight down to stop that attack coming from Barangay Ginebra.
And Cliff Brown will get a breather with under 2 minutes remaining in the first. And Peter June Simon takes his place on the court, joining Canaleta, Meyerhofer, Rivas, and Roger Yap.
Well, good sub here for Coach Ryan Gregorio, giving his import a breather as Denham Brown is also sitting down for Barangay Ginebra.
Peter June Simon overshoots, and the ball will go to Ginebra with 1 minute and 34 remaining in the opening quarter. Ginebra coming off that tough loss to the Air 21 Express. They were heavily favored to win that game. Meantime, here's Willie Wilson. They're reaching laban kay Meyerhofer. Both teams are in the penalty.
Shooting situation here. Now, we've been talking about BMEG being the league's #1 defensive team, giving up only an average of 85.7 points. But what about Barangay Ginebra? They're #2 in terms of least field goal percentage allowed at 39.5%. So Ginebra also a tough defensive team. JJ Helbrand and JC Hintal.
Yep, the flight and the fast.
Watching from the sidelines.
JC has not had the opportunity to really take off here in the Fiesta Conference. He's had some health issues and injury problems in this tournament. Meantime, here's Roger Yap on the right side. Pito pa rin ang abante ng BMEG Derby Ace. 1 minute to go in the first, and Canaleta will miss. And Tubin is back on the floor. Over to Mike Cortez. Cortez fires, scores, and an acrobatic layup.
Yeah. What a way to suspend yourself in midair and putting that ball inside. Drawing the oohs and ahs from the big crowd here at the Araneta Coliseum.
It's a big PBA Wednesday crowd watching this showdown between traditional rivals Ginebra and BMEG Derby Ace. 6 to shoot. Roger Yap posting up Cortez. Roger Yap hang time. And Villanueva clears the rebound for Ginebra. Here's Kagiwa. Mike Kagiwa with 2 points so far.
And 3 guards in the lineup here for Barangay Ginebra. And Joseph Vichico so comfortable with that combination. He's got Mike Cortez, Mark Kagiwa, and Rona Tuwid playing at the same time. These 3 guards giving them the quickness to be able to get off good shots.
BMEG's lead down to 3 points. Time down to 10 seconds. 8 seconds to shoot for the Llamados. Rafi Rivas, and they're calling an offensive foul against Rafi Rivas, running over the defender.
I don't know about that call. Medyo manipis yata yun. But that call will stand, giving Barangay Ginebra another crack. Time winding down here in the first quarter. Are they aware of it?
1 second to go.
Oh,
Not in time. So magtatapos ang opening quarter with the BMEG Derby Ace Llamados leading 26-23 at the end of the first quarter. We'll bring you more PBA Wednesday action after these reminders.
Any better than this?
Hey everybody, it's me, Amber. I have a new album in stores, Pop Feel Am 12 all original songs in stores na po ngayon. Of course, please do pick up a copy and supporting original Filipino music. Of course, keep watching PBA here on Solar TV.
Of course, yan, bisita natin kanina si Amber. Yung hawak-hawak niya na CD, Eh, nakikinito na. Autograph copy pa yun.
Akala ko tatlo yung kamay niya eh.
I mean, we were all asking for it. Eh, naunahan na kami ni Endecano. Ang bilis.
Nahalikan pa.
Ikaw nagsabi ka.
Akala ko tatlo yung kamay niya eh. Dalawa holding the CD, tapos yung isa holding the microphone.
Oo.
Okay.
Ang tawag doon, multitasking. But welcome to the second quarter. Ito po ang PBA Wednesday, laban ng Ginebra at BMEG Derby Ace. Nico Halili kasama si El Dicano, Senyor Quinito Henson, Dominic Uy. Also part of our broadcast team tonight. And the man on the line is Ronald Tubit. And he makes the first free throw. He started this game para sa Ginebra, and ang kanyang primary assignment to try and stop James Yap. Operative word is try. That's
Well,
that's the most people can do. You try.
Oh. Well, Ginebra has not led since the start. And now they're closing in on BMEG. But partner, the way things are going here, this is the type of game that Ginebra likes to play. It's high scoring, it's fast paced. Ewan ko kung bakit nakikipagsabayan ng BMEG. No? They need to just slow things down and work their execution. They've got the length advantage. Like so. Hindi na pumasok yung tira ni Rico.
On the floor para sa Ginebra, Mike Cortez, Mark Caguiwa, Ronald Tubid, Enrico Villanueva, and Willie Wilson. Where this lineup has gone through so many changes in this conference.
Well, conversing with Coach Joseph Vichico, he did say that it's been a conference of adjustments for them, one after the other. And when you're constantly adjusting, Nico, parang nawawala din yung personality, yung character ng team. And that's something they need to evolve and develop all over again with so many new players and so many new faces.
Si Denham Brown is credited for the tip-in. At lamang na ang Ginebra, 27-26, their first time to lead in this game. As Meyerhofer fires. Cliff Brown with the rebound. New shot clock para sa BMEG Derby Ace.
It's import versus import now. But again, you see Cliff Brown and the way he posts up. But he's bothered by the defense of Denham Brown. You know, you have to mention Denham Brown has extensive NCAA Division I experience. He was part of the University of Connecticut championship team in the NCAA. And some of his collegiate teammates were Okafor, Charlie Villanueva, Marcus Williams, Rudy Gay. Those are all NBA players.
Of course, ang UConn, no? UConn Huskies, tanyag na tanyag yan sa Amerika, producing a lot of superstar players.
Ray Allen,
Ray Allen, one of their more...
Rip Hamilton?
Yep. Big collision in midair. And action continues here. James Yap needs help. Yamado's down by one. And here's Simon, deep right corner. To have to shoot for BMEG. Simon sends it over. Artadi. And out of Cliff Brown. Back outside to Artadi. And back to Brown. And the ball will stay with the Yamados. 4 seconds to shoot here for the white shirts. 3 to shoot. James Yap for 2. Off the mark. And Denham Brown pushes the pace. Wilson blocked from behind by Cliff Brown, but the ball will stay with Ginebra. And now action really picking up here at the start of the second quarter.
And you watch this pass. And the collapsing defense of BMEG. I mean, this is the league's #1 defensive team. 3 players rushing over to stop that undergoal attempt by Willie Wilson. Excellent defense.
A miss by Denham Brown. Hindi pa po nakakascore ang BMEG Derby Ace here in the second quarter.
What an air ball coming from
An
Artadi.
interception by Artadi.
That's redemption for Paul Artadi.
Kid Lightning on the ball.
All
All the way.
Got it back. He had the air ball, got the steal, and made the layup. That's redemption for you. Paul Artadi, Kid Lightning.
Artadi used to do this often para sa Ginebra.
Yes.
Now here's Tubit. Hand off Wilson. Wilson, top of the key. Yes, sir.
He's not going to miss. A wide open shot coming from a little beyond 15 feet.
Cliff Brown. And now Simon. Shot clock reads 14. Open shot, Cliff Brown.
Nice passing play. You know, when you play unselfish basketball, you're looking for the man who's open for the shot. Denham Brown committing himself defensively, leaving Cliff Brown wide open for the shot.
10 to shoot para sa Ginebra. 2-bid. That's his favorite move. It goes in and out. 1 point lead para sa BMEG Derby Ace. Here's Artadi. He has played well here in the first half. Bola babalik kay Artadi. Pingris wants that ball. Height advantage over Willie Wilson. Not necessarily strength advantage. Pingris. Outside. Brown blocked from behind by Tubit. James Yap gives the ball up. Shot clock down to 5. James Yap for 3. Denham Brown clears the rebound. Here's Tubit. He attacks. He fires. He misses. Cortez rebound. Blocked by Pingris. Takbo tayo sa kabilang dulo. Here's Artadi. Artadi to Simon. Simon won't pull the trigger. He thinks about it. He fires away. Yes, sir! That's a 3!
And what a big turnaround there. Barangay Ginebra had a 2-on-1 fast break opportunity. They could not finish because of BMEG's defense.
And it's back to a 4-point lead for the Llamados, and a tough shot by Kagiwa. Good defense there by Peter Jun Simon.
Oh, sunod-sunod na mga mintis dito ng Barangay Ginebra. And BMEG concentrating on that interior defense that has made it very difficult for Ginebra to get off decent shots.
Now, foul laban kay Denham Brown. Go ahead, Kinito.
If that interior defense of BMEG continues to be solid, Barangay Ginebra might want to extend its perimeter shooters, get a little bit of range in their shots.
By the way, we see the first appearance of two-time MVP Willie Miller para sa Ginebra. Did not play in the opening quarter.
Lack of communication that time. Paul Artadi looking for an alley-oop play. I don't think James Yap was expecting it. Turnover.
Here's Miller to Hatfield. Back to Miller. Miller fires. Almost going over the backboard. Artadi steps on the gas and then steps on the brakes. Brown, James Yap, Simon. Simon for 3. Comes up short. Nice tap by Denham Brown. And here's Miller, who missed a 3-pointer earlier. Gives it up. Denham Brown will score.
Now the pace again to the liking of Barangay Ginebra.
And we're nearing the halfway mark of a blistering second period. Pingris. And Pingris makes it a 4-point lead, 35-31. Pingris now with 4 points. Here's Tubit. Denham Brown. There's that double team. Look out.
Cliff Brown will be called for the foul. But Denham Brown, nice pump fake. Got Cliff Brown up in the air. You watch it right there. You see, in this situation, now yung lundag ni Cliff Brown, and that's why he committed himself. By the time Denham Brown turned, the foul was committed.
I could see the entire BMEG coaching staff telling Artadi, you need to slow down. Hindi natin kailangan magmadali.
You know, that's the point we were making. Hindi dapat makipagsabayan ng BMEG. That's not their style. They need to play the slow down type of game.
Miller tries again. 2 tries. And here's Tubit. Still no go.
Oh, and Willie Miller losing it to Cliff Brown. Here's BMEG on the other hand. Oh, yes. You go to your best finisher and you go to James Yap.
James Yap with 11 points here in the first half. And Derby Ace now on top 37-31. The Llamados on the move, on the run. And they're on top. We'll be back after this timeout.
I think, you know, my job also, it's all about think, you know, my job also, the team job, is just to keep him off the boards. You know, I'm going to come out, play hard. You know, it is the last game, and it's a must-win game for us. So we got to play with, you know, determination and that focus to be able to beat these guys.
I'm going to bring more energy to the game instead of shooting the ball so much, and, you know, defense and things like that. So I think it's more of a different clash of different type of players. So that's pretty much more what.
Same last name, different basketball game.
Interesting comparison of how they approach this game. Cliff Brown was saying that he's not going to look to score as much. He's posting up, attracting the defense, but looking to pass. And you have Denham Brown saying that this is a must-win situation for them. Well, I think what he meant by must-win is that a win here will seal their outright quarterfinals berth. But a loss, depending on what happens with two other teams, Coca-Cola and Rain or Shine, might get them involved in a playoff where if they lose, they end up in the wild cards.
5:19 to play in the first half. James Yap with nowhere to go. And a turnover against the Llamados. Ginebra on the move. 2-bit. Denham Brown. Denham Brown still has the ball. Cannot shake off Pingris.
And Pingris with the foul. You know, one big reason why Rudy Hatfield was getting away with those layups earlier in the game, and Hatfield, by the way, with 9 points, is because, you know, his defender, Cliff Brown, is really looking to play the help defense when Denham Brown is trying to operate against Mark Pingris. And that leaves Rudy Hatfield open for the pass. But that time, hindi napasahan ni Denham Brown si Rudy Hatfield. Nice touch.
Imports are likewise challenged when they're recovered one-on-one by a local defender. Siyempre, they're tempted to show that they can take on local defenders one-on-one. Meantime, here's James Yap, one-on-one against 2-bit. And Cliff Brown misses underneath. Loose ball picked up by Roger Yap. Under 5 minutes to go in the first half. Scoring really slowing down here in the second period. Here's Roger Yap.
Defense has been impeccable, particularly on the BMX side.
First 2 points para kay Roger Yap. Back to a 6-point lead for BMX Derby Ace.
And coming from the post up. That's what you expect from Roger Yap. He has that move.
Willie Miller forcing one up. And he was able to fish for a foul.
Well, he got him up in the air. That's exactly what Denham Brown did kanina lang, no, against Cliff Brown. When Cliff Brown toppled over him. Give him a pump fake. Get him off the ground. And then take the shot. See, he didn't move into the path of Nino Canaleta, but instead released on the side. So tama yung tawag. I mean, nautakan lang ni Willie Miller si Nino Canaleta.
You see the conference numbers para kay Willie Miller. And here's Cliff Brown. And whoa! Oh, they've called an offensive foul on Cliff Brown, who ran over J.J. Helterbrand. James Yap had a wide open lane to the hoop. That was a short two-pointer para kay James Yap. Here's that play again.
Well, you watch it here. See, he had already released the ball. J.J. Helterbrand obviously not in the position to defend against James Yap. That should have been a no call. I really think that should have been a no call.
Now missed by Denham Brown. Here's Miller. Handoff, Hatfield!
And Hatfield now in double figures.
Still a 4-point lead for the Llamados, 39-35. Under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Here's Brown, Cliff Brown, Canaleta. Thought about the three. Goes in and misses, and Denham Brown with the rebound.
And what about the ferocity of Denham Brown?
He goes behind the back. Denham Brown kicks the ball out. Helterbrand and Miller. Miller fires a two. And Denham Brown showing a lot of hustle, and he fires and misses.
That would have brought the house down. He got the offensive board, the defensive board, and he missed the shot.
And there's a loose ball foul according to referee Boy Cruz, who will go against the Llamados.
Well, the scoring is screeching here to a halt as both these teams playing super defense and very physical defense at that.
And that's why this Wednesday crowd made up of what, the Barangay Bigdom fans are here, the Barangay BMEG fans are here. And that's why the atmosphere has been quite electric dito sa first half. Here's Kagiwa. Kagiwa goes in. Kagiwa, offensive foul. Same call made by referees Peter Balao and Noel Kilingin.
Rudy Hatfield might have gotten hurt.
So Hatfield being escorted to the bench. We'll find out about Rudy Hatfield's condition when we return.
Any better than this?
Para po mapanood nyo ang inyong favorite PBA players live, just text Solar Space PBA Space the mystery keyword and send to 2600 for a chance to win tickets to the games and be part of this atmosphere, be part of big games and big crowds. There's of course Mr. Lito Alvarez with Mr. Nito Inocos and PBA regular Mario Raimundo and ang ating mga VIP inside the big dome.
And Coach Joseph Ichico sticking with his three-guard combination. Miller, Kagiwa, JJ Helterbrand playing at the same time.
Cliff Brown has had a steady offensive performance here in the first half with 10 points.
That's right, and he's playing the post. You see a good read there on the part of Purefoot, seeing that Ginebra is playing with three small guards using quickness. So they go to their size, and they go to the post.
Whoa, look out!
Oh, that's an offensive foul by JJ Helterbrand. Again, that defense being put up here by BMEG, forcing those offensive fouls. Meyerhofer looked like he might have gotten hurt.
He's holding on to his back, but matibay din to si Meyerhofer. Pagpaglag ng konti. Kahit na papayat-payat yan. I think his core,
you watch it right
is
there.
very strong to the core. There's that big collision between Meyerhofer and Helterbrand. Offensive foul on Helterbrand. Kind of fallen hard on his lower back. Seems to be okay.
But you know, when he got hit, both his feet got off the ground. And look at that offensive rebound. And a putback coming from Cliff Brown.
Cliff Brown now with 12 points. A spin-a-row. Miller, blocked by Meyerhofer.
And that's the length of BMEG. Kung walang leg si Meyerhofer, that shot would have gone up and might have gotten in. But again, tama yung ginagawa ng Purefoots. Basang-basa nila, maliliit yung mga kalaban. So now they're going inside. They're going to their size advantage to take away the strength of Ginebra, which is using three guards and quickness.
Miller sits down, and Mike Cortez is back in the game, and here's Meyerhofer. They will give Meyerhofer that shot all night long. Meyerhofer attacks. He is bumped.
And he'll go to the line.
Rico Meyerhofer, leading candidate for Rookie of the Year. Second overall pick by Pure Foods. Pure Foods now known as the BMEG Derby Ace Llamados. Meyerhofer wearing jersey number 1.
That's quite a responsibility when you wear number 1.
I think it takes a certain personality to wear number 1.
Yeah, I think so
or
too.
certain jersey numbers. No? Meron siyang binabagayan. That's why yung number 37, bagay na bagay kay Ron Artest. He's the only guy I know who think of wearing number 37.
Well, he dedicated that to Michael Jackson, saying that his Thriller album was in the number 1 chart for 37 straight weeks.
He's nuts.
Unbelievable.
That's what he is. Free throw shot brought
And he might come to Manila.
BMEG Derby, premium formula. Dito ka na sa Lemado. Watch out for that. All right, here's Roger Yap for 3. No go. Rebound para kay Kagiwa. 8-point lead pa rin para sa BMIG Derby Ace, 43-35. And here's Kagiwa, drop step, turns around, misses. Villanueva waited for the contact, and he will take 2 free throws. A lot of players here have played for the other side. Villanueva is one of those players. Used to play for Pure Foods also. Adukun has played for both teams. Artadi as well. And Haynes is the official underwear of the PBA. Meyerhofer will sit down at, paika-ika si Meyerhofer going back to the bench. Still holding on to his lower back as Don Aliado takes his place.
You notice a marked improvement in the way Rico Villanueva takes his free throws. And there was a time when he was banking his free throw shots.
Which is a sign of desperation, by the way.
Yes, exactly.
Pagpabanda na yung free throw mo, medyo. Naghahanap ka na talaga ng paraan just to make your free throws. Canaleta, 1 minute to go in the first half. And Aliado, hand off. Cliff Brown, nice pass from Aliado and a nice finish for Cliff Brown, who now has 14 points.
You know, always looking for that extra pass. Don Aliado, he liked that. He was playing the post. He actually set the screen earlier and going with the extra pass.
Helter Brand double team. Here's Cortez. Cortez will to Kagiwa. Kagiwa for 3. And rebound for Roger Yap. But somebody reached in. Kaya nawala yung bola sa mga kamay ni Roger Yap. It's against Mike Cortez. Here's our Yakult slam dunk. Don Aliado very comfortable in his role for the BMIG Derby Ace Lemado, setting up fellow big men like Cliff Brown for that Yakult slam dunk.
A post move by Don Aliado, moving around, getting the defense to commit to him, and then finding the open man with a nice dish inside.
Time winding down dito sa second quarter. Bola na kay Aliado. And out of Canaleta. Canaleta against Kagiwa. Height advantage Canaleta. Here's Aliado. Aliado fakes. Aliado is fouled.
You know, big difference here, Miko, is that when you look at BMEG, the way they run their offense, they're going to the postman. Either Don Aliado or Cliff Brown, and they're getting points out of that post. On the other hand, Ginebra, no post offense. They don't have an Eric Meng.
30-second timeout brought to you by Handy Fix of First Aid ng Bahay Mo, Bonzo, and Seals All. Eric Meng not in attendance tonight. Certainly the biggest post-up threat ng Ginebra. Certainly that will affect Ginebra's inside game. Samantala on the other side, here's BMIG Derby Ace.
Capitalizing on their size.
Cliff Brown already with 14 points.
That's a big difference in the way they're running their offense right now. Barangay Ginebra, absolutely no inside presence. Rico Villanueva is in the game, but he's really not getting the passes as he posts up. And you have, on the other hand, players like Don Aliado and Cliff Brown. And Brown, when he posts up, he'll command the double team. And Don Aliado, very unselfish at the post, always looking to make the extra pass.
$20 seconds remaining dito sa second quarter. And a near steal by Ginebra. But the Lemados get the ball back. They have 7 seconds to work with. 15.7 seconds remaining in the second period. And tactical change here. Hatfield will sit down in favor of Willie Wilson. Hatfield already with 3 personal fouls. They don't want him picking up a 4th foul with that much time remaining. And here's Brown. Oh, he scored! He scored a nice play off a baseline inbounds pass. At may bonus free throw pass si Cliff Brown, and he has 16 points.
And you watch it right there. Kita-kita natin. A nice bounce pass. So, you know, it's not as though it was a blind pass. Kitang-kita natin yung pagpasa ni Roger Yap. But because of his inside presence, you know, he's able to find a way to be able to get possession and score from up close.
Despite that missed free throw, ito na ang pinakamalaking lamang ng BMX Derby Ace, a 10-point game. 6 seconds to go in the quarter. Kagiwa, triple team. Here's Roger Yap. 1 second to go. Roger Yap at the buzzer! No! Almost, but not quite. 10 puntos. Yan ang abante ng BMX Derby Ace at the end of the first 2 quarters. 47-37. Boy, that BMX Derby Ace defense really doing its job in the second period. And James Yap is with Dominic Wood.
Thank you, Miko. James, nakita natin, lamang kayo, pero depensa ang pinapakita nyo, tsaka napakaganda ng ikot ng bola.
Yun talaga yung first option namin, yung defense talaga. Kailangan namin i-deny talaga lahat ng mga star player nila, no? So, yung ikot ng bola, kailangan talaga makahawak lahat ng teammates ko para ma-feel nila and magkaroon sila ng confidence sa tira nila.
Mapunta naman tayo sa personal game mo. Alam natin, this conference, medyo nagsastruggle ka sa free throw.
Well, ganun pa rin. Basta tira lang. Practice lang.
Practice lang. All right. Thank you, James. The PBA will be right back after a few messages.
Any better than this?
Having 2 big screens.